Countdown. Bam, there it is. What's up, Facebook? We little on the late side, man. I know ain't nobody on yet, but y'all know what it is. Trying to adjust my camera. It's your boy Sincere. We got Big B on here as well. And then also Mr. Permission Slip as well. He is back.
PG today.
It's been a minute. So we're doing another male perspective. So I sent out a message a couple days ago asking for questions from the ladies to see what they might want us to answer, and we got some good questions that we are ready to answer. And I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna give my point of view, and I'm gonna try to give mine on how others may think. Of course, we're only three men, and we'll give our opinion. But we can't speak for everybody. But I mean, it is what it is. But we're gonna get into it, have some fun here though. So, first question that's gonna pop up here. This one's kind of long, but it says, "Do you feel it's become more acceptable for men to show their emotions more in recent years? Do you feel like it's harder for men to share emotions because of the stigma and the way that men are raised?" So I'll just say that one more time. So basically, we're talking about emotions. Do you feel it? Do you feel it's become more acceptable for men to show their emotions more in the recent years? And do you feel like it's harder for men to share emotions because of the stigma and the way that they are raised? So that is that question. And before we jump into that, make sure you go to Sincerely Speaking, which is spelled just like my name, SYC. Sorry, I can't spell. SYNCERELY. And then space speaking. That's my Facebook page. Also on YouTube, stream live on there now and have been for a little bit. So you can go and follow that as well. Typically, anything that's on this show will be on there. And if I ever add anything new to this, we'll do that on there as well. So getting to that question, just in case for anybody that just popped on, because it looked like I jumped from 1 to 7 real quick. I'm going to put it back up real quick. So repeating again, first question of the day is, do you feel it's become more acceptable for men to show their emotions more in the recent years? And do you feel like it's harder for men to share emotions of the stigma and the way men are raised? So I'm gonna just start because I've had this conversation. I actually talked to my cousin the other day. Dang, we just jumped from 6 to 10. They rolling in. Come on in, then.
It's showtime.
Let's
get to it.
Hey, yeah. All right, what's up, my frat brother Steve? I see you on there. Hey, and also for any of the men, if you see a question and you want to answer in the comments. I'll post it. So give us your responses. And ladies, I mean, if you got respond. If you got a question that you want us to answer, put it in the comments. We can do that too. But when it comes to emotions, I feel like, I mean, just for myself growing up, and I've said this before in the past show and had this conversation with people, I've never heard, even though me and my dad got a lot of love for each other, I don't recall ever hearing my dad actually say, "I love you." I've never witnessed that same thing from my grandfather to him, and so on and so forth. And I feel like it's always kind of been with some men back in the day. It's just something that your love, but it's not expressed. And a lot of people would basically look at it as sharing emotions as being weak. Has it gotten better? I believe that it has, but to an extent. I still feel like there's some women that criticize men that may show emotion in certain ways, depending on what that emotion is. I mean, all emotions aren't good emotions. Let's just say that. But I feel like you should be able to, like, for myself, I think about 20 friends that I've been knowing, some as long as age 5. Many of us got together middle school, some of us high school. And I've been out of school for quite some time. I'm about as old as Mr. Peter.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm over here behaving, and I saw you warming up. We got a long.
Yeah, all right. I ain't gonna start with BJ. I ain't gonna start with Mr. Permission Slip. I'm gonna leave that alone.
There you go.
So, but when we see each other, they grip and hug that one arm. We embrace. That's what we do. We actually tell each other we love each other. I mean, life is short. I'm 42 years old. I've had frat brothers pass away, 30s, early 40s, mid 40s from just about anything. And most of the time it's health related. So, I mean, with life being so short, I feel like there is no need to actually kind of wait to let somebody know. I mean, give flowers, let them know that you care about them. I mean, I don't that and we were giving and showing men like we should, we might not have as much crime going on with some of these young men. So that's my take. Either one of y'all can jump in there and go next.
I'll defer to the new all-star.
So there is a stigma for men showing emotion. Of course, we all know this, and it's understood. But I mean, is it always right? I have grown to, similar to what you said. My grandfather never told me, "Hey, I love you," but he definitely showed what he taught, what what I was able to do, so on and so forth. I knew that he loved me, but it was never heard. Like when it comes down to the frat, especially when it comes down to my other siblings, my brothers, we definitely let each other know we love them. I mean, hell, I've been knowing BJ over a decade now, and we've never said it to one another, but it's known. Now, here in recent years, specifically in my family, my uncles have let me know, "Hey, I love you." And I'll never forget the first time I heard my uncle say that, probably about 18 months ago or so. Blew my mind. I was like, "Yo, that's what's up. I appreciate that." And I made sure he understood why I was saying it to him like that. And I repeated, "Love you too." And we got off the phone. But that's just my take on it. BJ.
My experience is actually a lot different than yours. Like I'm from a hugging, I love you every conversation, every time you leave the house kind of family. So I've not had that experience. I don't have a problem with that. Now, whether or not it's a stigma, I think when we're talking interrelationally male to female, there is a stigma. You cry, you lose respect. Like that's been scientifically proven. There's no way to get around that. No, literally, they did a study on it. They have less respect for men that they see cry, or whoever was studied, right? So that's a thing. But I don't know what that's like. I'm gonna sound like a child right now, but I tell my daddy I love him every time that I talk to him. Sometimes I get a random phone call throughout the day. "Hey son, what's up, old man? Hey, just calling to tell you I love you." Right? My foundation as a man is built on knowing that the other men that help raise me love me. It fills me with a lot of pride. It fills me with a lot of purpose. And when things get shaky, I can lean on that, but I can't lean on nothing else. Ironically, I saw a post the other day where a woman said that men are emotionally attracted to other men. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I think that when another man tells you he loves you, it's not because of the service that you provide him. If another man tells you that he loves you, it's because he loves you as a person, regardless of what you can and cannot provide him. And I think that sometimes that weighs a lot more heavily on the receiver than the girl who, if you don't take her out on dates, don't love you no more.
Hey, that's a good point. And I know the other day when I was discussing about emotions and whatnot, I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but it was brought up, and I don't know how big it got, but with Creed coming out, Creed 3, there was a lot of stuff going around about Jonathan and Michael B. Jordan because of how they were embracing at different times. And it was like people were criticizing them because of how they were embracing each other. And I thought that was kind of crazy. Like, why is it look so bad upon by men actually embracing each other now? There's different things that people can see, or look at it in a certain way. I get it, but it was more so a thing of people just criticizing them because of they hugged, and it was like that open hug. So I don't know. I just think it's kind of a little different at times.
No,
It's
I'm
funny you
not
say
gonna go
that.
with
It's
you.
funny you say that though, Sincere, because I also think about when Michael embraced Chadwick. Wasn't nobody talking about that like that? Is it just because it's Jonathan and what he's done? In my opinion, people just want to speak because they want to speak, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
My bad, BJ, I cut you off.
No, you're good. I think that we need to like line this up appropriately, right? So I just saw you in an anime inspired pink frilly shawl with very interesting pants, and then like it's not these two hug. Like that's not a thing. We see that regularly. Toughest dudes in the world. Hey, what's up, bro? Give him a quick hug. You move on about your day. Like that's just not a pose you often see men in. Right. So let's keep it in context. Like I don't ever remember a time where I think that I would be comfortable. Well, there goes the dog. I don't think there's ever been a time where I think that I would be comfortable sitting on a couch and then he comes and wraps his arms around my neck and leans into me. Sir, if you don't get the off me, right? And I think that I get it. We're trying to be progressive and we're trying to be forward. But I'm pretty sure that unwarned, without a camera, you're not letting many people do that. You're not letting specifically a man invade your space and then wrap his arms around your neck and lean in. He better be a child. It better be a child or we're going to have a problem. True or false?
Facts.
That's what people saw. It's not just them embracing. That's awkward. We don't do that. In the same way that I'm not going to say I'm tired and he going to go, well, you can lay your head on my lap. Like ladies may do that, but he would never. He would never. We've been friends 12 years. That's not what he going to say.
Yeah, that's a little different.
I mean, that pose was a little bit different. I personally didn't have a problem with it, but I can see why people are like, wait a minute.
You said the pose?
Yeah, the pose was a little different. I don't think it's just the, hey, hug. Yeah, no, it's not that. It's the sitting down, leaned up against the other dude with your arms. Nobody does that in real life. Your children can. I vividly remember doing that to my dad as a child. I wouldn't dare.
Maybe I didn't see that. Yeah, I didn't see that one. The one that I saw was them actually. Okay. Yeah, I saw the one where they were standing up, just hugging. But I mean, all in all, I think that, and I feel like we all definitely agree in regards to, being emotional. And I know bringing men to be emotional in regards to the relationships and how they approach things and so on and so forth. But then you have that stigma out of, can I be emotional and am I going to be judged by, telling you certain things or acting a certain way or whatever the case may be, or letting you in. So you got a lot of men that are going to be closed off because of how, they're being approached or how it's being viewed in the public or so on and so forth. So, yeah, I ain't so constant. Anybody got nothing to say about that? Me ain't gonna step up and be like, yeah, I hug my boy.
Oh no, not like that.
We ain't gonna get that. So
no.
Go ahead.
Definitely. I do for sure, but not like that. Like I'm not doing that. Like I have a friend that's been my friend my whole life in 98% of his. Name's Tyree Horn. Tyree is the same dude that picked me up out of the street the night that my mama died and carried me in the house like a child. I'll hug that man in front of anybody and dare somebody to say something to me about it. Like that dude has shown me love when I had nothing to bring to the table. It was just BJ. In my worst moments, he shows up for me. In my best moments, he's about as loud a cheerleader as whoever my lady is in the moment. So I ain't got no problems hugging Tyree. I ain't gonna do it like that though. That's all I'm saying. I'm not doing it like that.
Hey, look, it's like not, at the moment. Pimp Juice, we got you.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not around the neck.
So we did. We did get one comment here. So T. Harley Quinn Hughes said most women are stuck in the stereotype that men are supposed to be strong. Most women don't realize that you have to be there emotionally. So that's a very good point.
That's my sister.
And I'm not sure what that is. Oh, is that a? I can't tell. It's too small on my screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You must know
Okay,
that
well, we're
person
gonna
there,
move on to the next topic here. So let's see. Next thing that's up for the next question. So, what is it that makes you choose your life partner / wife?
Mr. Permission Slip.
Oh, I got you. So, well, first of all, let me fix what my dog did mess up. Give me just a moment.
I'm about to say, is your answer
I got
behind
you.
you? You write it down?
Word? That's how you feel?
I'm sorry.
No, honestly, no. This is actually fairly easy. When the fun is over, how do I feel about you?
Exactly.
Right? When all the shine wears off, how do I feel about you, and how do you treat me? Because there's going to be lots of talented women. There's going to be lots of fine women. There's going to be lots of women with good jobs. There's going to be lots of women that kind of check off your bucket list items, whatever your bucket list item may be. But when you're finished with that, how does she add to your life? Is she on the team? Like for real on the team? Is she working towards the same destination that you're working on? Right? Are you greeted when you come home? Do you feel loved when you're not doing something for them? Right? Is she invested in making sure that your life is better in the same way that you're invested in making sure that her life is better? If I can't answer yes to all of those, you are disposable vagina. Pick rocks.
The caveat after that,
It's an investment, right? Like this is the rest of my life. I'm not, we all like to imagine that we are, but it's not pound town till I'm 80. Right? Like that's not a thing. There's only so much lingerie you're gonna put on. It's just gonna be you naked at some point. It's gonna be slightly more exciting naked or regular, I just got out the shower naked. Like it's not gonna be that. It's the rest of you. Who's raising my children? Who's representing me in the streets? Who's with me when stuff go left? It ain't none of the other stuff. Like your job isn't gonna raise my children. It's not. Right? Your attitude will, your mindset will, your value system will, and all of that kind of stuff. So for me, it's the other, the stuff that we never talk about when they make these lists of qualities that they have. I don't care. It's the other that's more important to me.
I like to sum that up in one word: character. What is your character like? That drives so much of who you are. And I'll never forget, that was something I learned back in high school. 9th grade, never forget, this football coach sat us down and said, your character is going to drive what you do and how you do beyond high school when it comes to athletics and in the collegiate level. But it's so much more than that too. It's also what you do in your relationships. Your character drives what you do at work, the opportunities that come your way. Your character drives so much about you and who you are with everything that comes around that it's, for me, it's easy to look at a woman to see how her character is and make a decision on whether or not I'm going to spend my time with this woman or I'm not. Are you going to be disposable vagina or not? Are you going to be, when I'm in town, let me bounce up and down on you, or you bounce up and down on me? How do we do it or not? It's the character. Your character is so much. I mean, and even if you have problems with that, like, all right, let's be open and honest and communicate about it, and let's go ahead and try to figure out how we can help one another.
Okay.
What is it about disposable vagina that just brings a smile to your face?
I don't. It's just funny to me. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just, I don't know. It just sounds funny.
One more time. Disposable vagina.
I'm
in a good mood. All right. So hey, that's what it is.
All right, you're in a good mood. My bad.
I know what it is. So now let me ask y'all this before I even go, since both of y'all brought up similar things that I would say anyway. So I know BJ, or I said BJ, my bad. Mr. P Slip, we're gonna just shorten it.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned once the fun is over.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. Well,
sexual new car smell.
Gotcha. Well, I will say So how long, and this goes for both of y'all, since we're talking about character, because clearly we all know dealing with relationships, most people send their representative out and they do everything that they need to do to keep you. And then, of course, sometimes you end up finding out sooner than later if y'all end up moving in together, how they truly are, how they truly act, and so on and so forth. See more with it. So, do y'all think that y'all can figure that stuff out in a certain time frame? Is there a certain time frame that y'all start really trying to figure out these stuff?
Immediately? In the introductory phase. Like
Okay.
I believe that men allow women to think that we're idiots so that we can do the things that we want to do. But the truth of the matter is the evaluation starts at hello. Right? The evaluation starts immediately. And I'm evaluating the entire time. The entire time, everything you do gets evaluated and taken down in your mental notebook. Right? If you do weird stuff, questionable stuff, goes in the mental notebook. If you are combative unnecessarily, goes in the mental notebook. If you have this giant list of demands and then I go, so what do I get? And then you don't have an answer, goes in the notebook. And depending on how you answer these questions, like it's a personality test, you're going into a category and you're probably not getting out of that category. And the reason you're not getting out of that category is because the collection of answers or the collection of situations is how I come to my conclusion. I don't care what you say. I watch what you do. I don't care nothing about that. We all know what the right answers are. Any dude who's been a whore for more than 8 minutes knows exactly what he's supposed to say when he's talking to a female. Any woman that's ever chased the dude and wanted to catch him knows what she's supposed to say and what she's supposed to do. The problem is you can very rarely maintain the do, but I can say forever. So I'm gonna watch you. And then I'm gonna go, well, I don't think she's gonna make it.
And now she's put that category of, go ahead and say it.
Disposable vagina.
Oh man. All right, what you got, Big B?
What else can I say? He's exactly right. It's from jump that mental repository of what she's done, what she says, how she carries herself. I'm locking that in, and I'm making a decision to eventually call it quits. Let her know, yo, I'm good. Don't call me anymore. I'm straight.
Apparently, this young lady Shannon is cringing, and I would love to know what she was cringing about.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that because I look like I got 6 comments through all the comments. I'm gonna respond real quick. I don't have much to say because I mean, BJ, you between the both of y'all said enough. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes, sir.
For me, I mean, being the only married gentleman on the post.
Let me stop. Leave me alone.
Continue.
What you married?
I thought about something. I mean,
he's gonna say something ignorant. I know that.
You're good. You're good. Let's keep it moving. Because I was thinking about that comment that pops up there because I can't see it. So.
I'm gonna bring them up. You know me. We're gonna have fun today. This is why we here. But for me, when it comes to choosing a life partner or wife, basically everything y'all said, and it really comes down to what do you add? What value do you add to my life as well?
Other than vagina.
Exactly. And it's funny, some women hate hearing, what else do you add to my life besides just sex? Do you support me? Do you support my dreams? Do you push me if I'm doing something? Do you have my back on those things? I mean, yes, it's great. Definitely, of course, it's great if you have a job and you working. Because if I lose my job, I want to be able to have, know somebody that will be able to have my back until I'm able to jump back, and get back on my feet. I don't lay down for a while. I've lost jobs before, in my marriage. My wife held me down for those period of times, but I still worked. I didn't have that great full-time job that I wanted to get back into, but you best believe I was working. I'm still going to bring money into the household. But there's some women out there that may not bring that to the table. And that's could be why some of those same women are not wives. You know, you just a lot of times for women, you have to truly think, besides sex, what can you offer that man? Like women, just like women say all the time, what can a man offer me? Those independent women, you say, what can you offer me that I'm already doing for myself? You know, there's a lot of stuff that man can offer you, and men can list that. Men are looking for that same thing out of women. Just make sure that you're bringing something positive to the table. Men deal with enough stuff out in this world. They don't want to come home to an attitude or anything else. Be his comfort zone. Make him feel comfortable enough to be emotional with you in private. If you want to see him cry, my wife still has not ever seen me cry, but that's neither here nor there. It has nothing to do with anything. Yes, I cry. I cry at funerals. You know, I don't cry at movies and stuff. You know, that's just me. Sorry. I mean, I get a little, touched on some stuff. Some stuff can touch me, but I don't see anything wrong with crying. But you still have to be able to bring something to the table that I'm going to want as a life partner for the rest of my life, making sure that I am happy. And I'm going to do the same for you, because that's what I want to do. If anything, if we're going to have a life together, we both should be focused on what can I do for you. What was that show, New Amsterdam? I don't know if people have watched that, but I love his statement of how can I help? How can I help? You know, if we had that kind of mindset in marriage, and I'm be 100, I don't do that all the time, but if we had that in marriage or as a life partner, how can I help? How can I better you? How can I do things for you and not be so focused on ourselves? Relationships would be 100% better.
We need to add one.
Someone
who shows appreciation for what you do for the team. Because I think that oftentimes we're told that what we do is supposed to be automatic. Yeah. But I don't think a lot of times people know what it takes to be a head of household or lead a household and make those things happen. And like simple thank yous and like, hey, I saw what you did right there. You know, a high five and a hug get you a long way.
Hey, or a blow.
Exactly.
See, that's how you gonna act. Now we said disposable vagina, and that's how you go. That's where you took it to.
I'm just saying.
I don't disagree.
That's a great thank you. Tell me I'm wrong.
Hey, it's one of the best.
Look, it took so many arguments before they start.
Exactly.
It'll take many arguments before they start. I'm telling you. Exactly. But it's funny because that link from earlier today that I sent out, you sounded just like that link what Buddy was talking about. But leave it alone.
God, he's stupid. All right, so let me scroll up here. Let's see. We got 14 comments. Oh, so you did mention, let's see. Still scrolling up. Damn. See, there's people in the audience that like it. They like y'all new word.
Disposable vagina.
It's all in there. You know,
the other things that we say.
See, look at that.
I mean,
hey, it's
funny. It's funny.
Hey, it is funny, man. I mean, just hearing it, it's not something that you would normally just.
What's up, CC?
You know, so let me see what's going on here. Yeah, you mentioned Shannon said cringe. Oh, she's cringing about y'all favorite saying. I got you.
No, it's your favorite. You made us say it again.
Hey, it's just funny to me.
Oh, own your stuff, bro.
Hey, whatever. I didn't make it up. All right, so let's see. So Lynette stated, when you are wrong in your assessment of disposable vagina, how do you correct your thought process for the next possible relationship?
I'm not wrong. It's my assessment. I don't understand the question. Well, let me not say that. Let me not say I'm not wrong.
Okay.
You
pull that back up.
Pull it back up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay. So, how can I be wrong in my assessment about what I want? It's just like, me having an opinion. My opinion is my opinion. It shouldn't really matter to anyone else necessarily. If it doesn't fit you, then it doesn't fit you.
Also, you can be disposable vagina to him and a keeper to Sincere.
Exactly.
Why gotta be me? How come it couldn't be Big B?
Because I'm the narrator. He's the first example. You the second example. Don't do that, Sincere. Come on, baby. Where's she at? Where's she at? Because she usually on here. Is she on here?
No, she ain't.
All right, she gonna see it later. She know. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. I ain't trying to cause no problem.
Hey, so Lynette, I don't know if you're still watching. If there's any clarification to your question since they responded, you can respond again, and we'll bring that back up.
Speak about it again.
So T, I was gonna say T Hughes. You got a long name. Being a backbone.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's very good. Very good. Let me see. Steve said we choose wives for various reasons. Not all men will answer the same. For me, I have to be able to bring you around white people. I had to read that like, wait, what's this?
That was a good one.
Oh man. And be confident you won't embarrass me for me to want to marry you.
Exactly.
Oh, hey, you can't represent the team poorly.
But
That's true.
What he said goes into her character.
Yeah,
that's true.
Very true. Very true. Then T Hughes responded, the first time I seen my older brother cry was 19 years ago.
You're gonna shut the hell up, young lady.
Oh man, hold on. Let me keep going. Let's see. T responded back, simple gifts. Simple gifts are very nice. I like just a gift that's just because
you like food. It's always a winner.
True food is good, but I like for me, I should be the easiest well, not really. I can't even say I'm the easiest person to buy for because typically if I see it, I'm an Amazon junkie.
Yeah.
I have Prime. So if I see something, especially if an ad pop up, I'm usually buying it if I like it.
Y'all please follow him and see the bullshit that he buy. Excuse my language.
Really?
Listen, sometimes, bro, you be out there, but you be proud of it.
What? Wait. Okay. Hold on.
Nope. They're gonna go to your page and they're gonna see it because you posted.
What? Name one thing.
Nope, not doing it.
Because you ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing crazy that I buy. I buy fans that go around my neck because it be hot and I referee outside.
Okay, keep going.
I have a I don't know where it is. I have I sleep with a blinder on that has speakers in it because I like white noise. Nothing wrong with that. I like it dark.
I'm going to find it. Don't worry about it.
Go ahead. You find that. You sound like a hater right now.
Hate.
Let me see. Keep it going. We got a lot of laughing in the comments. And then T said, I'm thanking you just because you are you. All right. Liking that. Hey, keep scrolling. I'm scrolling too fast. Okay, so Shannon's asked, hitting the wrong buttons here.
I want to talk about this dolly that you bought that changes all types of shapes, like you a furniture mover.
We do move a lot. Shut up. We move a lot of stuff around here. Okay, it's what's wrong with having a dolly that folds up and saves space.
It's not. I'm just saying.
Shut up.
Continue.
Hey, look. How about you get off Facebook and focus? We don't want to see the top of your bald head.
Hey, listen. I cut it off. I know what it is. It was gonna be me and nature. I made a gangster decision.
You stupid. Shannon said, "Just curious. Is this becoming a what men want conversation?"
What men want? No. I responded to her. I told her, it's not necessarily that, but it's more so just asking us questions and us responding to them.
Oh, okay. So she probably wasn't on. So just for clarification, anybody that jumped on afterwards, this week we were doing the male perspective. We sent out. I actually made a post and then tagged Big B and Mr. P slipped on there, and we had women actually respond with questions. So basically, people asking the men questions and us answering. That's really all it is this week. We wanted to try something different. We've done this before in the past and had a lot of good responses behind it, and we had a lot of fun. That's what we do. So, that's all it is. And then Cecilia stated thoughtful gifts. You right on target, boy. You taking notes. That's what's up. So
I love you too, T. Sorry.
I think we done with that question. Y'all ain't had nothing else, right? We good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the next question, of course, we're talking still relationships. So is it true that the women you choose reflects how you feel about yourself? I'll
My dog
repeat
wanna go
that
outside.
again.
Hold on. My dog want to go outside. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, knock yourself out. Repeat that question again. Is it true that the women you choose reflects how you feel about yourself?
I'll respond to that one first since he's gone, obviously. But I'm gonna say yes and no. I say yes because she is a reflection of me and who I am, but I also want her to have her own identity too. To me, it's not necessarily always going to be a one-sided thing. It shouldn't be a one-sided thing. So really, just to answer that question, yes, she is a reflection of me, but she has her own identity and her own purpose as well too.
Gotcha. I'll go next just in case you got to go let your dog back in.
Oh no, she don't once she out there, she won't be wild for a minute. We good. She finna be doing zoomies in the backyard.
Okay. Well, I'll just jump in. For me, I feel like I mean, yeah, it's like Big B stated. I mean, it's definitely a reflection of what you like, somebody that's compatible with you. I mean, most people, I hope most people aren't out here trying to, I mean, that whole opposites attract stuff. I mean, that's only goes so far, in my opinion. I don't want somebody that's just so far from me that we just don't even like doing the same things. Nothing wrong with trying new things, but I don't, I'm not, I mean, I'm into anime and stuff like that, but it's not like my girl gotta be into that or, so on and so forth. I mean, I want to be able to be with somebody that's going to enjoy the same things that I enjoy, but also do things that maybe I haven't done or eat at restaurants or places that I haven't been so that they can show me new things. I feel like that's the most important thing when it comes to the reflection. I want to make sure that I'm able to bring something to your life in regards to maybe things that you weren't doing. I don't really date, or I've not really dated women in my past that dressed a certain way, not provocative or whatever the case may be. I've dated women that, show cleavage, but I've never dated women that dress like
Sierra.
Huh? Oh, Sierra. Yeah. Hell no, that would never work for me. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Money in the world, dog. Ain't enough money in the world.
Nah, I mean, hey, I let him, I ain't gonna judge him. That's their household. If he's cool and comfortable with it, that's cool. Me, can't do it. Not gonna do it. Not happening. But what is this? It's just really for me, again, it's a thing of just trying to make sure I pick somebody that I can mesh well with, somebody that I can be silly. I like to be silly a lot. I like to wrestle. I like to have fun. And I ain't talking about wrestling with clothes off. I'm talking about wrestling with clothes on.
So you're gonna act like you don't want to wrestle with clothes off with your old lady?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's not like wrestling. I just like to have fun. That's the biggest thing about me. I like to have fun. I like live music, different stuff like that. It's just really picking. I mean, it reflects you definitely because it reflects what you like and what you want, of course. So yeah, I'm talking. I ain't say nothing, but go ahead, BJ.
So I'm gonna take a slightly different view. Whether it be positive or negative, I think she's a reflection of what you feel like you deserve or what you want long term. Right. So there's a lot of dudes who have not achieved what they felt like they should have achieved that pick partners that you look at and go, bro, why? And he thinks, that's about the best I can do right now, given my set of circumstances. Right. And they may not necessarily be extraordinarily happy with that spouse. I don't know why you would marry that person, but people do that regularly. And we know those people and we have conversations with those people or people who represent them poorly in public. Like, what standard do you have for yourself, your future, your family name, and your life? And your spouse and who you choose to share your life with is reflective of that. Right. So if you don't do nothing, you're not an asset in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Like, that's a reflection of how I feel about myself. I don't deserve better. I don't think I can pull off better. So this is the best that I can do. And that's what I'm going to do. I think Patrice O'Neal, he was talking about attractiveness and he put it on a 30-point scale so that you can get a more accurate representation of how attractive that person is. But if we translated that into behavior, personality, or character, I think that a lot of people would figure out very quickly that maybe she's not a 30. Maybe you think you belong in the low 20s. Maybe a 22 is about all you can pull off. And if you haven't done anything with yourself and you can't provide anything or for anyone, you may marry a 12 because you know a 12 is, slightly above average ugly chick emotionally or relationally. So I think that's more what that question means to me. I may be viewing it completely different, but I think it's saying, what do you think you deserve? What have you earned in life? Because I don't know many dudes that are elite with trash looking and or behaving women, unless of course, they're celebrity creatures and they just play the sport or something. But somebody who's legit like earned their place in life, I don't see it. Because you won't tolerate it. I'll go get another one.
And
I know it's not popular.
Get where you're from. I guess it can be looked at in different ways. Because like you said, the same thing with there's some men that might want attention, so they go after that woman that dresses a certain way, that eye candy, that trophy on their arm. There are some people that do that, and yes, that can reflect how they feel about themselves. Maybe they want to be seen in a certain light. They want to be seen. Oh, I keep bad bees with me. This is what I'm known for, and so on and so forth. So it can be definitely looked at that way, or like you said as well, a man might choose where they're at that time, and they know they might feel like they want a bad chick, but they can't afford that bad chick, so they have to turn around and settle and fall back to reality. That's not where I am now. Like you said, with marriage, I would hope that they wouldn't marry somebody and just settle, because that's supposed to be for life. Now, if you dating, that's a different story, but marriage, yeah, that's a whole different story. So
we have a military background. We got a different view on marriage altogether. I don't even think we should go down that road. But all I'm saying is it's a lot. It's not that many exotic dancers outside of posts, but there's a lot of privates who marry exotic dancers, which tells me there's a high turnover ratio. Just throwing that out there.
Wow. All right.
Am I lying?
So
he ain't lying. He ain't lying. Boy.
So got a couple things, a couple comments here. So Lynette said, great question. Cecilia said, somewhat true. Let's see. T responded. So she said, who wants a woman or a man who can't behave in public or too immature or closed-minded? I agree. And then she also name dropped Sierra, Rihanna, and Jay. Why is this not one close? There we go. Let's see. Next question here. What is it that scares you about commitment? So clearly, if that's not you, we're gonna have to answer on it.
So you're gonna look out the window like anybody talking to you?
It's nothing that scares you about commitment, but you don't want to commit to the wrong person. And you don't want to date 2, 3, 4, 5,000 years. No, of course not. You want to make sure you know a person and get to know their character. Again, I keep coming back to character. But someone who has bad spending habits, someone who is lacking in something that you truly value, that's reasonably valued, that's probably my only fear when it comes to marriage. Not exciting, but
all right. Oh, he's not frozen. He's just looking down.
I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done.
My phone was vibrating. I thought somebody was I was trying to make sure it wasn't no comment or something, that I need to check out. I mean, for me, what scares you about commitment? I'm the same. I'm not afraid of commitment. I think for some men, it does come down to committing yourself to an individual that may not bring. I think that has a lot with get somebody to commit to you. Are you worth being committed to? Is the real question. A lot of people, I would say people in general, even though we're talking men answering this question and women, I'll address it to both parties. A lot of people think they're truly ready until they really get into the thick of things. Many folks might be, but everybody is not, even though folks are screaming about that relationship. They want this, they want this opportunity they get, arguing about something, or if you having a conversation or response versus listening to understand, and there's a lot of, I know I can speak for a lot of men just don't feel like arguing, and having that crazy debate about certain things at times. Sometimes we just want to be left the hell alone. So, I mean, when it comes down to, the commitment piece, I mean, you have to make sure that you are worth being committed to. That's my thoughts.
Mine's a little bit nerdier, and the answer is probability, right? So when we are evaluating our partners, what is the probability that you are going to display behaviors that I can't tolerate long term? Whereas most women will try to convince you of the possibility that when and if you commit to them, things will change. But the possibility isn't what I'm going to count on, like what's most likely. So when women sometimes get upset with us and go like, hey, why won't you commit? Well, based upon your current behaviors, the probability is that you're going to continue on this pathway, and you're going to say later on, well, this is what I've always been, and what you are right now is not necessarily what I think is going to be successful long term. So the delay between starting a relationship and then long-term commitment is giving you time to display that it's more probable that you can be a long-term partner than otherwise. But nobody ever wants to hear that. They want to hear that they're perfect just the way that they are. They want to hear that you're afraid of commitment. And the truth of the matter is, I don't want to commit to you in your current form, but I am invested in you enough to give you the time to get your shit together. Sorry, stuff together. So that would be my answer.
You good?
I'm sure people won't agree, but that's the truth. I'm giving you the space to become what you need to be to stay here long term. And if you can't, then you gotta kick rocks.
Without socks.
Jesus sandals.
You mean without shoes, still regardless. But hey, I'm gonna go to these comments real quick. Cecilia said every damn thing. Let's see. T said the wrong people can mess it up for future people. Very true. Is it Cheyenne? I think I'm saying that right. I hope. Miss Elizabeth. Huh?
Shayna, man. It's almost like you not melanated.
Oh, Shayna, my bad.
Shaina.
Hey, look, man. I didn't say Shaina.
Hey, BJ.
Whatever.
Mr. Permission slip, you got to give the Kappa a chance, okay?
Don't start that.
Don't he started it. I just found my got him. Oh, she just
Here we go. Here we go. She corrected me. That's cool. Hey, sometimes I work in the field where I gotta say names all the time, and some you just butcher. You just gotta go with it. It is Shayna,
though. Give your card back. Give it back. That's like not being able to. That's like not being able to identify all the various forms of Keisha.
Hey, look. That's the first time I've seen it spelled that way, okay? Sorry. I apologize. I'm calling you your name.
Go ahead.
Let me see. No, I'm not starting with you. Cecilia said, she said, say it louder for the ones in the back. Let me see here. Keeping it scrolling. She said, you can only be shut out for so long as well.
We don't care.
And then Steve said, "Fear, huh?"
She said you can only be shut out for so long.
Steve,
If you're not,
said it's not a fear factor. Men are. Oh, go ahead.
I said, like she said, you can only be shut out for
Was
so
you about
long.
to say
Like,
something
that's
about
not an L. That's not an L for the other party, right? If you are questionable as a long-term viable partner, you leaving is a favor. I can go somewhere else and find somebody that's a little bit more suitable. So your impatience or inability to change in a reasonable amount of time is a favor to me. So go ahead and knock that out. What I do?
All right, so bring Steve coming back up. Nothing. It's just funny. Says it's not a fear factor. Men aren't afraid of commitment. A lot of us realize that committing to one woman really doesn't benefit the woman, and that is true. Let's see. The next. All right. Okay, and that's all the top or all the comments I got on that one. So I took that one off. Let me see here. Still breaking up?
Yep.
Yes. I have no idea what's going on today. My internet's hating. Let's see. I'm gonna move on to the next topic here. Says, is your relationship with your mother or father most important?
Both of them.
Is it, hold on, wait, put the question back up again. Is it saying that the relationship with them is important, or, okay, got you, or father? Yeah, both of them.
I mean, like, it just says, is your relationship with your mother or father? Yeah. I'm not sure how to read that one.
I mean,
I don't know.
Give it a shot, but
we'll skip that one because I'm not sure exactly.
Oh, okay. I'm ready if you want.
I read it.
I'm not,
hold on, wait. I want to come back
sure
to
exactly
this.
how it was meant. It's kind of, all right. Let's see. The thing as modern women, or have women evolved with technology?
I'll go last. I don't even. Y'all not gonna take a crack at this?
Yeah. Like, what does it have to do with technology? Well, I'm trying to figure out what does it have to do with technology.
I can answer that question.
How long?
Okay,
go ahead.
Throw the question back up so I can make sure that I read it one more time and then turn me loose.
All right.
Okay. So is there really a such thing as a, oh my God, it went away. Is there really a such thing as a modern woman, or have women evolved with technology? Well, obviously.
I'm sorry.
Huh? You're not talking to me. Okay, I'll just go. So obviously there's a such thing as a modern woman, right? We can take any group of women that are in there, you know, I would probably say mostly adult women. So anywhere from 20 to 50, 20 to 40 or so, you can kind of put them in the same group and say that, hey, this is a modern group of women, right? The older are passing away. The new ones are not yet into their adult life cycle in the way that we need them to be. So yes, one, that does exist. And have they evolved with technology? I would actually say they've devolved. I think that women for a long time have gone above and beyond to maintain a standard of acceptability and purity. And in pursuit of the attention that technology brings, women have thrown that in the trash along with historical values, because they find more value in attention than they do in partnership. And when you say, is there a modern woman? I think that it's very easy to identify the tenets of modern women behavior, right? It's pretty easy to point out. The truth of the matter is you were bred to be an individual and not necessarily a team player. You were trained that way because the person who taught you how to be a woman saw a lot of value in that, and they forgot to teach you the other side of the equation, which is even as an individual, you need to be a good teammate. And I think a lot of you are trash because most of your focus is internal, and very little is external. And in any sort of relationship, that has to be an exchange, and you're too selfish to do it correctly.
I'm sorry, I'm quiet right
well,
now.
I mean, I
because
guess if you look at it like that, the way you broke it down,
I just took it as however they sent it.
Yeah.
I don't even know who
I mean,
sent that question. It's a like they've gone
yeah,
back.
I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like the way you broke it down made more sense to me. I see how you're looking at it as well. And I mean, I agree. I feel like technology kind of just general, some technology has ruined a lot of things for people. I mean, many things that have to do with technology has made life better for us, of course, but unfortunately, some of the stuff has ruined relationships. I mean, we have parties that are constantly on their phones and text more than actually calling and checking in on somebody else, and so on and so forth. I don't want to get off track, but when it comes to being a modern day woman, and yes, there is such thing as a modern day woman, as Mr. P. Slip stated, the traditional woman, as people would say, did some of the women may not do. And a lot of modern day women that I've seen actually scoff at the traditional woman. I've actually seen women say that, modern day women were, basically in so many words, they were trash. Like, how you gonna call somebody grandma trash? Like,
That's the word.
be like, because of how they did things. I mean, that's crazy to me. I mean, yeah, it's nothing wrong with evolving, which that's what we should do, as on, but you still need to remember those traditional values, as well, though morals. I mean, a lot of these women that's out here shaking and showing they ass right now on social media. Your kids gonna see that when they get older. It don't go nowhere. Um, this is me doing, and it's crazy how so many people look for attention, women wise, when it comes to. I mean, men do too, but we talking about women. So I'm to the topic at hand. Women seeking attention, posting all these certain photos and so on and so forth for attention. So yeah, I mean, it's technology has ruined some things. Yeah, it's fun to look at, great to look at, and enjoy it. But how is your future husband or spouse or whatever way, how is that going to be your kids going? That's crazy to me. So
Like,
yeah,
there's a point we didn't even
Big
touch.
B, you got anything?
Sorry.
Man, I got a lot on this topic. So, yeah, it's wild because these women don't realize that the mental damage they're doing specifically to their kids. So I'm just going to talk about, let's take OnlyFans, for example, right? I did what I had to do. No, you ain't have to do that. But, it's the modern way to go about, getting the bag, whatever you think is right, right? Rather than actually putting in hard work and working with a man. To me, and I think all three of us can come to this conclusion too, when it comes to a man and a woman being together, real true love is shown when the hard times come up. That's how you know somebody loves you, right? So, and I'm not talking about, no domestic violence or no crazy shit like that. No, get the hell up and leave about that situation. But when we broke and we trying to figure it out and we still together, damn, that motherfucker loved me. I got her, and vice versa, right? So the modernization of women and the is more so attention seeker, like you mentioned before, Sincere. And again, a good example, Curry's wife, Aisha.
Mm.
Look at Sierra right now. She want attention. Your husbands are out here doing it and really making it pop. I mean, the funny thing to me is Mrs. Obama, she got that attention, but she didn't necessarily ask for it the way they did.
Savannah James.
Savannah James is, man, boy.
I don't even know. Hey, I'm sorry, I don't even know who that is. Let me go to Google.
It is. Hold on. Let me put some. It is Mrs. LeBron James. I don't want to be disrespectful.
Oh, okay.
All I'm saying is,
never mind. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's
I'm not smiling to get in trouble, Mrs. Thomas. If you're watching, I'm just realizing who they was talking about.
We're just trying to say she is a classy young lady.
She is. I'll give her that.
At all times.
She is.
But and really to just wrap that up real quick, man, it's this modernization of our women. I understand it. I do believe that there are a lot of things that you have to bring to the table that you offer, especially out here in the workforce. But we're not the same. We are not the same. You're not as strong as a man will be or can be. You have had to endure a lot of freaking hardships and troubles. We understand that. But for the most part, we have our roles and who we are and what we're going to do in our relationships. Being, you want to, oh my God, I almost went to something else. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm going to shut up.
I left something out.
Go ahead.
Send it.
The evolution of, unfortunately for females due to technology, another one is they seem to have trouble identifying reality at this point. Like I've seen women who filter their pictures every day say that's not what I look like when they see themselves without it. Because social media has shown them that, oh, these 7 dudes make this and live this lifestyle. Oh, there's tons of that guy out there. The math doesn't agree. Capitalism doesn't agree. History doesn't agree, right? Facts don't work nearly as good as memes to reach the modern female. So a lot of times when we're having conversations back and forth and trying to have really substantive talks about how we can change how we communicate with one another, we fail miserably because they're dealing from the place of their imagination / social media as opposed to the reality of what is. Like every one of us, when our ladies say, hey, I want X, you start counting because you deal in the reality of what it takes to make that thing a reality, right? You know what that is. You know what's going to have to move, what's going to have to get spent, how many hours you're going to have to spend at work. There's no perception that magically something's going to happen without effort being put in. And I feel like a lot of women are having a hard time reconciling what's actually going to happen or what could actually happen versus what social media has told them is happening and it's commonplace, because it's just not. Like no dude who looks at social media goes, you know what? Every woman is built like Sierra. Like it doesn't happen. Or built like somebody from Magic City. That's not a thing. You know what you're going to say? A couple of women are built like those women. There are a couple of Savannah Jameses, so much so that we can identify her by name, and we can't do that with, I don't know, one of 2 million Instagram models. She's just that different right now. So we can identify that, and I just think that technology is kind of feeding that sickness, and they love it, so they then perpetuate it.
Now, one thing I will throw out there that since we're talking about, looks and so on and so forth, I mean, women have been being fake for years.
Facts.
I'm just saying, I mean, it's not just now, granted, again, I ain't gonna talk about the dude, so I ain't bringing it up. I'm sure it'll come up in the comments, but women with, fake hair, fake nails, eyelashes, the whole 9, waist trainers, but that's clearly waist trainers have been around for a while. I mean, but it just wasn't called a waist trainer. It was corsets, and so on. I mean, so women, traditionally women were trying to impress men and look a certain way as society has told them they need to look. So that's not new. But of course, the platform of social media has made it become very extreme to having people, women out here dying to get that fat butt or, fake boobs and so on and so forth. And I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to have to be happy with yourself. I mean, I feel like, when do you just decide you're going to be happy with how God made you versus trying to cut yourself up and put yourself under the knife and potentially die? Because clearly it's always a 50-50 chance you might not survive a surgery. And society and social media has taken it to the extreme to have women out here feeling like they got to look like this person to get this or to get ahead.
We don't even agree with them. The consumer of that product doesn't agree with them.
Yeah. Now we know, because men like it, it's that thought that this is what we want. Now, the funny thing is, a lot of men aren't really dating those women, though. They're dating other women that don't look like that. So I feel like women need to really sometimes step back and realize, like, I'm not a huge makeup person. I like a natural look. I'm good with, something light. I tell my wife that all the time when she does the blush and all that. Like, you don't need all that, man. Like, natural. And then you have someone, oh, well, I got this, this, and this. Well, okay, but I got with you for you. That is one thing I feel like every woman needs to take. That man got with you for what you look like, and he stayed with you for what you look like underneath all that extra, if y'all still together, because I'm sure he met you with the extra, but if he stayed with you, he likes what you look like underneath all of that. Just be real with yourself. You can't be mad at a person for not being real with you if you're not even real yourself. Just saying. But I'm gonna go to comments real quick. Shayna.
You're doing well today. Doing well today.
Now, granted, we didn't go over that, but I definitely agree with what you said, since we didn't go into it. Yes, both are very important because it molds you to look at things in life from both perspectives. I definitely agree. So I'm glad you answered it, because we didn't. So we're gonna keep that moving. And then let's see. I think Shannon might have answered the same one. Nope. Oh, clicked on the wrong one. Hold on. I saw Shannon and clicked on the wrong one. See, Shannon said you can tell a lot about an individual by the relationship they have with their parents most of the time. Yet again, you answered that one too, and you hit the nail on the head. That, honestly, I mean, I don't know if they just wanted the man's opinion, but I feel like anybody can answer that question. I was looking more for stuff that y'all want to know from us. But I mean, I guess, we think alike. Let's see. T stated, I still believe that women who don't work should be able to cook, clean, and have kids in bed at a certain time. Whereas if both work as a team, each one should be able to help each other and evolve together. Hey, that's true. That's solid. That's the modern life right there.
That got to be the smartest thing that.
Don't say it.
And then T also said, too many people look to the internet or social media for approval. That is true. Cecilia stated, T, that's the truth. Let's see. Let's see. Steve came back, said, Common said it best. Only real hair and real eyes get real guys. All right. Shannon came back, said proud and plush. Okay.
Like, I ain't touching that.
I'm definitely not touching that. I ain't getting in no trouble. T said my hair stays braided or faded. I have chin hairs thanks to hereditary. Waxing helps.
All
Silly.
right.
And then Cecilia said Shannon, okay, gave her an amen on that comment. So yeah, cool. So let's see what is up next. Oh yeah, I know Mr. P Slip. This is the one you mentioned earlier. So I know you're gonna be ready
Oh well, let's get to it, sir.
to rock steady for the old school folks. Here we go. All right. So why are men's egos so tied to their income? When a lot of men date women who make more, they try to establish dominance in other ways, causing the relationship to struggle. And why aren't more men secure?
You turning me loose, or am I last?
Go. Throw
Put that up there because I want to make sure I answer all three because I don't want there to be no holes in this answer. Throw that
It
back
might
up.
not. It might not stay up there
Okay.
for y'all.
Okay. Why are men's egos tied to their income? Because I earned it. No, truly and earnestly, right? Something had to happen in order for me to get that income. It is how I am measured societally. So much so that you won't have a conversation with me if my income isn't sufficient, right? Nobody's looking to a bum to see what his life goals are because he has nothing. My income is saying that I have something and therefore provides me the status that makes you interested in me in the first place. It says when a lot of men date women who make more than they do, they try to establish dominance. It's because you're disrespectful when you make more money. You equate whoever makes the most money with the person who's in charge, and you dare a man that you collectively, not you as an individual, and you dare a man that makes less than you to assert himself in a household due to the fact that you make more money. So the assertion in other areas is to make sure that he doesn't get trampled over purely because he doesn't make as much money as you. And why aren't more men secure? I think what you'll find is that more men are secure than you probably give them credit for. It's just any sort of challenge to what you want to do is coded as insecurity. So you have a justification to keep doing what you want to do and not necessarily be checked or do any introspection. So anything you don't like, you codify as insecure, whether or not that's true or if he's just having firm boundaries. Because when we flip that, you say that you have boundaries. You don't say that you're insecure. You know, like not telling the girl on Instagram she got a fat ass. That's a boundary. And he could then say, why are you insecure? I don't even know this woman. A boundary is a boundary. He's probably going to establish them. And that's my answer. I can go deeper, but it's not my turn.
Just to that insecure part, can you bring that back up again? The question.
Yeah.
Wait, what's not sure?
Why aren't men?
It's not true. I want to know what that is.
What do you mean? Why are men insecure? I mean, let's go right back to the last question. The makeup, the nails, actually, I don't mind the nails. I like it when y'all meat grabbers look good. Anyway, the lipstick, the meat grabber. Yes, that's a new one. I will pay for meat grabbers. Anyway, all these things like
vagina and meat grabbers.
Meat grabbers, yes,
love it.
So all these things women want to change about themselves and take pictures. They got to get the right angle, so on and so forth. And you calling us insecure? If I'm a big boy, I will go outside to the beach with my shirt off. Now, in recent times, some women will, some women won't. Thanks to great sisters like Lizzo, a lot more women have gotten confidence doing that stuff. But if it wasn't for Lizzo, then what? A lot more women wouldn't have been. They would be insecure about their bodies just by that, when you shouldn't be. You should not be. That's it. I'm done. I have nothing else to wrap that with because that.
I want to know what Shannon disagrees with, and I want to know what Chrissy disagrees with.
Chrissy,
yeah.
Come on, Chrissy. Let's talk about it.
Well, you already know that was Chrissy's question. So,
I'm sure.
Wait,
she responded.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw this one because she said that's an insecurity and assumption. So let me see. Yep. Hey man, y'all trending on these phrases y'all got today, man. Y'all cracking me up. All right. So Chrissy did respond and say it's not true that women are disrespectful because they make more. Some may not be. Many are. So before I even let BJ or Mr.
Permission slip. You can. I left out the other word, so we good. You can just read.
No, but I'm so used to saying it. So it's like I be stopping myself. But Mr. Permission Slip. Before I even let him loose. So there was a survey done before, and I think we got like 30 women responding on that as well. This was like a few years ago. And it was a question of if the woman made more than the man, was the man should he still be considered the head of household? And a lot of women stated no, that he should not be the head of household based off of the fact that he did not make more money. Now there are some,
I wonder if they're still single.
Yeah, I know, right? But there are a lot of women that will talk crazy to a man that does not make as much as them, and it's because
more. The rule is more.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry. Well, let me rephrase that. A lot of women come at dudes a certain way because that man is not making as much as them. They're making less. So they treat them differently. Some of them don't actually respect that man because he's not making more, because there's a lot of push, especially with the modern day woman, that the man is supposed to be the provider. And when they mention the provider, which me and providing, I'd have to try to look in the Bible, because clearly in the Bible is where people get provider from. Mm-hmm. But you can provide for a household and not be the sole provider, but you're still a provider. You can take care of and you can provide needs and meet needs and all those things, but because you're not satisfying maybe wants that woman has in that certain way, that could be a problem. So when it's vice versa, that woman has more money, that's when a lot of those women that have that push, they criticize that man. I mean, I've seen text messages come through that somebody posted that was from a man to his woman, and he talked about how he spent all his money on these different things, and then he needed some money to get his hair cut because he paid for all the bills, and his woman clowned him and said he gonna have to wait till he get paid again, versus actually helping him get a haircut after he done just took care of you. So that's where a lot of that comes in. Okay, she done roll her eyes. Provider and some.
Hold on before we get to the question. To the comments, because the funny thing is, like, I really wouldn't mind if a woman made more money than me. That'd be dope. But exactly. the thing that they're missing, especially why our culture is so fucked up, and I said it like that for a reason. That man can still show them kids love. That man can still teach them kids how to be functional adults. Just because he doesn't make as much money doesn't mean he isn't a functional, well-rounded person. Give that man a chance. You're sitting there trying to tear down somebody because he doesn't make $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a year. That don't mean that man doesn't bring something to the table to teach your kids, possibly, if you got kids when you meet him, how to be better fucking people out here in this world. Stop that whole money thing. I mean, I get it. Yes, you want money to sustain a way of living, and it's great. But when it becomes something that you want to keep up with your friends about, or talk to your friends about, or show the internet, get the fuck out of here with that.
Y'all done made Big B mad. He done used the F-bomb.
It's just stupid to me, man. Like, okay, cool. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I do have a dollar amount that a woman gotta make, especially if she bringing kids to the table if I'm meeting her. But it's not no astronomical number. It's something that I believe is reasonable, especially for what I want in a woman.
Yeah, I get it. So I'm gonna hit these topics real quick. Shannon said, "Really, Big B," and she laughs. She's probably laughing about the meat grabbers. Mm-hmm. I'm sure. T said, "Insecure men have come from past relationships." Let's see. We already
lose on Chrissy because she's still at it and she needs to be.
Oh, I'm getting to her. Let's see. T also said, I have friends who have BBLs and almost lost lives because of it. So yeah, that's from the last comment. T also said some like the glow in the dark ones. I've never seen those, and I don't think I would want to see those in the dark. That would be kind of well, I'm sure you probably thinking unless it's being used for something as meat grabbers at the time in the dark, so you can see.
That's the only time that you care about them in the dark.
See,
I know you. I know.
I mean, and
I'm out the game too. I feel you.
I'm not even going to comment on what I was about to say.
I'm out the game, baby. I can't.
We go wait, but I mean, but although you're out the game, this could be for your woman to, maybe get some glow in the dark lipstick.
Let's go to the next one. Come on, because Chrissy got something here at the bottom. I think she was responding to what I just said.
Okay, I'm gonna get to that. Let's see. Yeah. T also said, a man is a man in the house regardless of his income. If a woman feels as she should be the head, she should be single. There it is. All right. So let's see. Cecilia said, glow in the dark polish. Got you. Shannon said, provider and submission. Mostly men who don't even reference the Bible for anything else.
Ooh, hold on, because all these doggone kids out of wedlock, we can talk about that too, and women don't follow that. We pick and choose. Most of us in this world pick and choose what we want to abide by in the Bible in the first place.
It's very true. I ain't got nothing to say about that. I only bring up the Bible because, and when I brought it up, if that was directed to me, I bring up the Bible because a lot of people use provider, but it comes from the Bible. But there's nothing in the Bible that says he was supposed to provide everything. That's just the assumption. But of course, because let's be real, if you really are a Bible reader, I'm not a true Bible reader, but there are women in the Bible that actually did go to the market and sell stuff to contribute to the household. Exactly. And that's also things where women, there's a lot of women out here saying they don't need to work and the man need to do this and yada, 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 yada. But that's something for a whole other day. We ain't got to get into all that. I can go on and on about that, but ain't no point, right?
No.
Let's see. Shannon came back, said, I concur. Let me see. She said he should still be the leader as well. Joy popped in and said, for sure, Big B, other attributes. And let's get to Chrissy. Chrissy, you about to have Mr. P ready to go. They want some of you. Let's see. She said, but why don't men who don't make more understand that?
All right. So I want to address that first.
Ooh.
The power of the woman's tongue is incredible in so many ways, shapes, and forms. And what I mean by that in this sense is that you speak life into your man. Look, I know where y'all was going with that. But listen, that woman can speak life into that man. If you believe that man is a good man and he make less than you, why would this even be a conversation? Why would this even be a conversation? Why don't you see what his other attributes are as it was just spoken of? Women don't want to do that. You want a man to make more than, okay, cool. Well, shit. If you talk bad about a man who makes less than you, then shit, you're gonna be on your own. It ain't
Mr. P. I know you got something. You rocking over there like you.
I'm pretty sure I got a little ADHD or something. I don't know. Sitting still is difficult for me.
Oh, hold on. Chrissy says she wish she could talk. I can invite you on if you want to come on, Chris.
Come on here. Deal with me in real time. I would love.
Bring her. Special guest.
Hey, trust me. I can send you a link. I can send you a link to hop on. That would always be fun when people want to actually talk and express themselves. I can send a link and you come on and comment and then go back off if you like. Oh, she said she's driving.
She said you can. She said you can. CAN, no T.
Oh, okay.
You gonna get this work, Chris.
Are you sure I can? Because you driving. That's not even safe.
At all.
Because you got to hold the phone. Because
maybe she got a holder.
She got to get to it.
Yeah, whatever. So I'm gonna address her. So she said, "Why can't?"
Before you go, Chrissy, I'm gonna send it to your messenger. So just when you get the link, log in and hop on. If you don't want to get on camera, you ain't got to. I think you can stay off camera.
Nah, come on. Nah. We ain't about to do that.
I see your link real
I like
quick.
to read body language. Let's go.
Hey, Steve, silly. He said she driving and writing comments. What's the difference?
Steve, I thought the same thing, dog. I thought.
All right, Chrissy, I'm gonna send it to you real quick, and then Mr. P, go ahead and say your piece. I'm gonna send this to her, and then we can get her in here.
Right. So previously, she talked about assumptions and things not being true, and the assumption that she made was that men who don't make more don't understand that it's their other values. That's not the case. Is that they don't get an opportunity to present their other values if they aren't monetarily where they need to be, right? Your criteria for your collective women, your criteria for the dude you're looking for, his personality comes after his money on that list. And I was talking to my friend the other day, and we came to the conclusion that if there's a dude on the street who doesn't look impressive in the moment, you're not going to have enough conversation to figure out what his other values are if he doesn't have the coins, the assets, the car, the whatever that you're looking for. So we can find value in our other assets all day long, but who we're looking for may not. Furthermore, who I am as a person is what's going to get me to the coins that you're looking for. My mindset, my outlook, my drive, my motivation, maybe I failed a little bit. Maybe I made some mistakes that slowed the process. But if you evaluated me on my attributes that could get me to be the man that you was looking for, you have a lot better, you collective women would have a lot better luck with the guys, as opposed to going for the number first and then trying to fit the personality into the paycheck. That's stupid as hell, because he could lose that job and be an ain't shit person. Whereas he could be a good person with the right attributes. Losing that job changes nothing about how he treats you. And you're sure that he's going to go out here and find a way, because that's the way he's built at his core, with or without you. So the failure isn't on the dudes understanding what their attributes are. The failure is proper evaluation of those attributes by the females that are looking for coins.
Let me see. T says some men can cook their ass off. I'm a fat kid at heart, feed my soul. Oh, let's see. I'm scrolling down. No new comments. Still waiting on Chrissy.
No new friends. No.
And to even try to tie in while we're waiting on her to. Oh, here we go. Before I bring you in.
Bring it here.
The comment on that too in regards to things. So I don't even know what the show was called, but there was a show that recently just came out, reality TV, that had what was it, Lil Wayne's baby mama, what's old girl name? Ocho Cinco ex-girl, and I don't know what I forgot what the other chick name is, but just something that was said on there was when they were and I was actually shocked that they were linking up with guys that weren't famous. I thought that was interesting. Tamar was on there too. And she got engaged. I ain't gonna say that. Somebody might not watch it. Let me stop. But there was a comment made on there that one of the men that they were dealing with, they stated that those type of men, or that man specifically from one individual making a comment, she would have not. Oh, there you go. Queen's Court. Thank you, Bianca. I didn't watch the whole thing, and she done gave me all the names.
I have no idea who these women are.
You do. Navia is that's Lil Wayne's baby mama.
Oh, okay.
And then Tamar Braxton. You know who that is. No?
Not Tony. Got it.
That's just rude. And then you got Evelyn, which is she was on. What else was she on? She was. Did she get married to Ocho Cinco? What
does she do?
She has a business, and she's like, I don't know. I don't follow her. You know, I mean, just
all right, whatever.
But actually, Evelyn was the one that made the comment. I couldn't think of her name. I appreciate you, Bianca. She had made a comment that about the guys basically not being the typical guy that she would even approach or allow to approach her, in so many words, basketball wise. That's what she was on. Which don't even make sense. She won with a basketball. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna get past that. But I feel a lot of people in general like pass up on, huh?
He
Apparently,
had
somebody
one
got
for
headbutted
real?
by Ocho Cinco. That's pretty funny.
With or without the helmet? I'm sorry.
That was without Ocho crazy, man. Ocho's he a little loco. Or he
Damn.
was. But we ain't gonna let that distract me. But there's a lot of individuals, especially women as well, because, and I think this was another topic in regards to men and choosing. A lot of women, like Mr. P. Slip stated, will pass up on a man because he doesn't look a certain way, he's not dressed a certain way, and you may think that he does not have money, so he's going to be passed up. That man could be who you are supposed to be meant, who you're supposed to be meant to be with, but he's not going to get that opportunity because he doesn't fit the criteria in visually, which, I mean, let's be real. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but you got to give different people opportunities. I mean, a lot of men can see a woman, and we said this on the previous show, a woman dressed down in sweats or just looking, in her opinion, a hot mess, and still be attracted to her and see the potential and give her an opportunity to become a Mrs. or a trophy for him. You know what I mean? But that's not the same thing that a lot of women do not give that same opportunity to a lot of men. And then
Sir, I apologize. I need to say this. It's burning me up on the inside. If we evaluated y'all the way that y'all evaluate us, a lot of y'all would be broke as hell and single. You go back to your trash ass life that the dude that picked you provides because you had nothing to offer him other than you. And when and if y'all want to be seen as real people, you should probably start evaluating men as real people instead of conduits to a lifestyle. Your evaluation process is fucked up. But a lot of y'all was broke as hell and just was cute and was nice people. And they provided you the lifestyle that you enjoy right now. So don't forget, tell your friends, you ain't half shit. He gave you something because you treated him like he was somebody.
Character, humbleness.
All right, so I'm about to bring Chrissy in real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, come on here.
There we go. Go ahead and
okay. Oh my goodness, y'all be having me triggered. So I can't turn on my camera because my Apple CarPlay, it don't work with the camera, whatever. But so first off, when I was talking about men who don't, so for me, I tend to date men who make less than me. Not that I go after that. That's just what happens. Like, I'm not a high maintenance person at all. So I end up with people who are kind of similar as far as, they're not flashy, not this, not that. And that's usually the people making, somewhere less than me. I don't even care about how much they make as long as they're a responsible adult and can take care of their bills. So when I say about men who show insecurity or try and establish dominance, is because these are things that I've been told that, well, I don't know how to feel like a man with you because I don't feel like you need me for anything. You make more than me. You already have A, B, C, D, so I don't know where I fit in your life. So I'll try and make myself fit here. I'll try and train the dog for you. I'll try and do these things. And it's like, I just need you to be my partner. Like, I just need you to be my support. I need you to be somebody I can laugh with, do things with. Like, that's what I'm talking about. So it's not that, there's a focus on money outside of the man themselves being focused on when they find out how much I make. They like, oh, shoot, you're not going to respect me then because there's this assumption that women don't respect men if they make more than them. And that's not true. Because you can cut my grass and I'll be very happy.
I got a question.
They said you can cut my grass.
Where do you think that presupposition comes from? Like, how do you think that all of these dudes with different backgrounds come to the same conclusion that if and when you make more money than them, you're going to be disrespectful and you won't respect them?
I'm trying to think.
Do you think you're the exception or the rule?
I don't know if I'm the exception or if I'm the what's really out there, because I feel like what's perpetuated in music and reality TV and stuff like that, I feel like that's what's trending, but I don't feel like that's how real regular women usually live their lives. And I feel like the women who do are the ones who are followers to the trends. So I don't think I'm necessarily an exception.
So do you feel like most women are leaders or followers? Right. So by
That's a good
definition,
question.
most people are followers. The average person, male or female, is a follower. It's why leaders are
See,
special.
there I'm an exception to the rule. So according to your definition, I guess I'm special, but go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying. But most people, by definition, are sheep, right? They're just going to go with the
Okay.
crowd. So if you're saying that
Okay.
you're not like the crowd, then that means majority of people are like the crowd, which means that's a more common occurrence and you're the outlier, which means that those dudes are functioning within the paradigm that they've been presented with over a lifetime. When it comes to them wanting to do other things for you, men are told very early in life, and it is drilled in for the rest of your life, that if you are not of service to anyone, you are useless. So since they do not have the funds, they try to make up for it in other places. So when he's like, let me train your dog, that's something you can't do for yourself. He is attempting to be of service to you because financially he can't do the job. So he's still trying to provide what he's able to provide, even if what he provides isn't coinage. So it's not necessarily a lack of confidence in himself, but I would say it's more so a desire to give you something that you don't have. So that particular dude defaulted to a skill set that's unique to him, that was of value to you.
See, but I didn't.
Because if he had money, he would just buy you shit.
See, and well, so this is the thing. I get that logic and I understand and agree with that, but do something that I need you to do. I don't need you to train my dog. I need you to cut my grass. Like, I need you to do labor tasks that are hard for me to do. Like, that's what I need. You yelling at my dog that's gonna make you get on my nerves. So, but I do get what you're saying. I think the other thing though that I see is if they're not trying to be of service, then they're trying to be dominant. So they're trying to break me down in a way to like
In what way? That's too vague.
So one guy said that I had a ghetto accent and would correct like every word that I said that he felt like was wrong. And I feel like that was just a way to try and, like, oh, well, I'm better than you at this. Like, let me try and, get some superiority over you in this way. And that's where I come with, like, you don't have to be like that, though. Like, we can just be a team. We can be partners. We can, be in it together. One doesn't have to be better than the other in any way, but I get the being of service.
Okay. Would you agree that a competition can be one way between two people?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe that your perception creates your reality?
Yes.
Could it be that you perceive that he was placing himself in competition with you to break you down, and that not necessarily be the reality that he's experiencing at that same time?
In that isolated incident, yes. But because there are
hold on, before we go,
things...
one more thing, and then you can say whatever you want. Did you ask him what his intentions were by doing those things? And I asked that question because earlier we talked about men selection criteria and what's important, not embarrassing him in front of, according to Steve, white people. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if he is intending to take you to places that it might not go over so well, if you had a quote ghetto accent, according to him, I don't really hear it. Then maybe he was trying to prepare you for a place that he wanted to take you because he was taking you seriously, and you took that as a challenge and thought that you were in competition.
No. I get what you're saying, but no, it's like, I don't want to get into my whole, life story,
yes,
but
ma'am.
Just like that was just an example, but just things like that, where it's like a constant try and tear down. And it's like, you don't have to do that. And I know that there is a concern about, well, you make more than me, you own your house, I don't, da, 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 da. And it's like, I'm not thinking about that though. That's you thinking about that. So that's where my issue comes from, is I don't want to be one of those people who date somebody just because of how much they make. But I can understand why some women might, because it may come with more confidence in a man.
Hey, Chrissy, let me ask you this. So did this come up after y'all was dating? Did y'all have a conversation about this prior to dating? That, like, because clearly this is something huge, and I say that because me personally, I've run into this when I graduated college, was hype about having a degree, but I wasn't making any kind of money. And I was dating a young lady that actually made less than me, but she told me, now granted, my apartment was better than hers. I lived on a better side of town. She lived in the apartment based off your income and was in the hood. And she told me, because I didn't make enough money to basically really be with her, we could not date. Now that's the reality for a lot of men. That, and now granted, I didn't let that, control me, because there are some men that will allow that to control how they move forward. I would never have a problem if my wife made more money than me. I would love to sit at home and use my kitchen a lot more. I have no problem with it.
Boy, don't get that, girl.
I hang out with my kids all the time. You know me, we family. So, it's just one of those things, like, unfortunately, some men get that beat into their head so much. And as we all know, society, and like you mentioned earlier about social media and reality TV, a lot of women are falling into that category. If you look at some of the stuff that's on social media and then look at the comments, you will see regular old raggedy chicks that feel like they deserve what they're being told they deserve. And that falls to reality for a lot of these men out here that could be great men, but then they feel like, well, I can't get with this woman because she expects this. And the reality for a lot of men is, she's here, I'm here. I'm just gonna stay in my lane and stay down here and find somebody that might be down here or here. And unfortunately, that man that you was dealing with, he was not able to handle possibly that rejection from the past, so he's bringing that to you. I know you personally, we family. I know how you are, so I know this is not something that you do. I know exactly how you are. I know your daddy, and I know how your daddy and so forth. And matter of fact, I want to give you your flowers, just for anybody that y'all don't know. This woman knows how to do more than most men. I'm talking about hanging drywall. She done built stairs to the front of her house. I done seen her do some things that I'm like, dang.
Well, thank you.
That's dope. And honestly, how you are is how I want my daughter to be. Real talk, because I want my daughter, and I know we had this conversation before about your dad and the independent thing, and we had that conversation about independent is just being an adult, not that whole push of how they say a woman don't need a man because she's independent. That's not true. You're independent because you're just an adult. You take care of yourself. But with that being the same token, I want my daughter to be able to not have to need somebody for certain things. Have that want. Yeah, I can cut my own grass, but I would rather my man do this, but not that I don't need attitude. I want her to be able to pay attention to her car, and know what's wrong with her car and get her car taken care of, and not expect a man to have to come and say, hey, this is what's wrong with your car. Your gas low. You don't have to wait for your man to pump your gas. Now, if he in the car, that's a different story. But like my other cousin said, her husband always pumps the gas. That's in my opinion, that shouldn't be an expectation. She didn't say that it was, but that's something that he does. And kudos to my cousin for doing that. But that should not be an expectation, in my opinion, of a man to do certain things. Like, you should want to. I feel like a lot of people, as they're young, when we're growing up, we want to be so independent that we don't want our parents to do stuff. And then we become adults, and then we want to be dependent on somebody else to do certain things that we should be doing for our dang selves anyway. And I'm talking to y'all women. I ain't saying all women. Like Mr. P. Slip says, when I say you, I say the collective. But I'm just saying, there are some women that just expect when you should know how to take care of your dang self. You are an adult. Once you hit 18, you're an adult. So I just went on a rant. I apologize.
No, so I know you're gonna get to your comments, but I kind of glanced at them. I just want to comment back. First off, I don't wear any fake lashes, makeup, and all that stuff. Like I might wear some weave just to protect my hair, but I don't do a whole bunch of like I said, I'm not high maintenance like at all. So I don't get my nails done because, like you said, I'll be using my hands all the time. As far as like if it was a Christmas party or something, no, just regular. If we at the house talking, then there might be a comment about, oh, you said that wrong. Like, not going anywhere. So no, it's not because of trying to save me any embarrassment or anything like that. And as far as communication about money, like I said, if I get with somebody, as long as you show that you're a responsible adult and we can talk about if we were to get married, then how we're going to split the money. But as far as just being together, we don't have to have a conversation about how much money, if that makes you feel disrespected or not. That shouldn't be a prerequisite. And I feel like that's where a lot of women get it messed up. You go in looking at pockets and not personality, responsibility, things that a leader actually has, not necessarily just money. Like you said, being a good dad, being a good leader, a good role model, having a consistent employment of some type, or at least bringing money in as an entrepreneur. So just wanted to address those.
Okay. Well, y'all got anything else for Chrissy before we go ahead and let her go?
Yeah, quit talking about yourself, the exception. I want to talk about the rule.
Listen, like I said,
and I'm happy. Listen, I'm glad that there are people out there representing, right, like yourself. But that's not reflective of what most men will encounter.
Maybe. I feel like if you look in the trash, you're bound to find it. So, I mean, I think that it really depends on where you're looking for these women too. If you're going to clubs, if you're going to places where women, hang out at night, get drunk, stuff like that, you might find you somebody who
Ma'am, I know more whores in church than I do at the club.
I'm just saying.
Got him.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I literally know more whores from church than I've ever met out.
And I do understand that. What I'm saying though is that I don't.
Where else I'm supposed to meet them? I can't meet them at the club. I can't meet them at Jesus' house. Where I'm supposed to meet them at?
You're right.
People left as a nunnery.
You're right. It's almost like you got to just walk to somebody at the grocery store because we don't go out.
There's whores in the grocery store too.
I know, but I'm saying like some of the good ones you might have to find at the grocery store. But okay, well, thanks for letting me talk to y'all.
Oh, no problem.
Appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Bye.
See ya. All right. Well, I'm gonna hit the comments real quick. That was fun. Let me see. I know we were talking about. Let's see. All right, I'm at the hop up. So Jessica stated, women can influence his. Oh, is that a question? Women can influence his swag. Is that a question? I see a question mark, but I wasn't sure if that was meant to be a question or if that was meant to be a statement.
Next.
If it's a statement, yes, a woman can influence a man's swag, just like a man can influence a woman's swag. I mean, a lot of the women that I've dated in my past, I don't say a lot. Some of the women I've dated in the past, everybody had their own different ways of dressing. I was always typically the type, I like buying my woman outfits and not, I'm going to give you money, you go shop. I'm talking about, I'm going to pay attention to you, know what you like, or I'm going to go buy you what I know you will look good in. Now, whether or not you're going to feel comfortable in that or not, that's a different story. But I've never went crazy. But I mean, I only say that because some women I've dated weren't really big on showing cleavage. So if I buy you something that shows cleavage, then that's a little different than what they're used to. But I will buy the fit, nice fitted skirt, dress, whatever, if I want to, see your body. I'm big on fashion. Anybody that knows me knows I like to dress. That's what I do.
Cap in the world said that.
Look, man, you're gonna stop coming for us. Okay. And look, Steve, man, he's a Sigma, bro. But we're gonna leave that one.
That last comment you got, Steve, I love it.
Let me see who else on here. Bianca said there are so many men that dress like bums and are millionaires. Should not judge a book by its cover.
Look at my stepbrother. That's my
definitely
stepbrother.
True. Shannon said, which is a horrible assumption. Very true. Lynette agreed with what Chrissy stated earlier, but I think that was posted before she came on.
Mhm.
when or no, after she first came out, I think. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Let me see. Jessica said women perpetuate is mindset.
Jessica typing too damn fast. Go to the next one.
Shoot. Steve said, and I'm pretty sure this was what Chrissy was responding to. If she
Mhm.
wears fake eyelashes, aka cumbrellas, she's not a leader, she's a follower. And then let's see, popped back in there and said exactly he was correcting her speech so that she didn't embarrass him at the company Christmas party.
Just skip over Jessica.
He said, just skip.
Until after Steve, because I think that last comment she had was actually pretty good.
Oh, you silly. Let's see. Steve said, whores in church get the holy. Oh, shoot. See, Steve, this is why you could have came on. You could have shared your opinion, bruh. You ain't gonna get in no trouble.
Mr.
There's no
Permission
folks-
Slip, did you hear that one?
What's that?
Mr.
let's
Permission
see.
Slip. I don't think Mr. Permission Slip heard that one.
Oh,
That-
which one? About the
Thieves.
Holy Ghost?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I saw it. I was.
Oh,
Jessica said the comments was in reference to the particular me. I'm not dressed and looking the way the female like, but he has his personality issues in the one fly. Hey, are you swiping the text? Yeah, she said typo, my bad. Hold on, let's
next question.
hey look. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all be having me feeling stupid. I'm trying to read this stuff. I swear. Sometimes I read bad. I will admit that, but
Cocaine a hell of a drug.
let me see. We got 9 minutes. I don't even know if we should even get into anything else. We probably ain't gonna have no time. But what we will do is, let's see. We still got a decent amount of topics left. We're gonna do it again because we still had like 5 topics that we didn't get to. We're gonna do it again. I enjoyed this. I'm sure y'all did. We had some live comments. We're gonna do this next week. We just gonna make it happen. So with that being said, it's gonna be posted again. Clearly, y'all follow one of the 3 of us. Comment on that post. It was still up. Go find it. If you need me to post it again, I will. But comment on that post. Get us some more questions. We're gonna see if we can get another guy on here. I might try to talk Steve into coming on here.
Oh yeah, come on, bro.
Come on, you look. I don't get in trouble either. I stay out of trouble. But yeah, it's all in fun. But yeah, so we're gonna do this again next week. Same time, same bat channel. Y'all make sure, again, you can follow Sincerely Speaking on Facebook. I'm on, you know what? I ain't even gonna say Instagram because I don't even remember if I'm still on there or not. But hey, I haven't used it in a while, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just being real. But it's on Facebook. This all the shows are on Facebook. Of course, it'll still be on each party's post as well that was shared. It'll be on mine for a while, but it's gonna be forever on Sincerely Speaking Facebook page. Okay. Steve said he'll join as long as he's not tagged. I don't tag anybody usually unless they tell me to tag them. So as long as you don't share, they ain't gonna know. Now, anybody that might know you and me will actually see it if they watched it. So you let me know. We'll discuss that next week. We'll go forward with that. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get up off here. Appreciate everybody on the comments. Appreciate Big B for coming through like normal with the positive energy and all the wonderful comments. And
you finna say something smart. I see it.
I'm not. I'm going to say something very nice about you, man.
Now you gotta start over. I'm ready.
Listen, I wouldn't be able to do this without Mr. P Slip, man. It's been my guy for a nice little minute. He came on randomly a while back, and he been here. Y'all love him, so we keep him. You got to keep him around. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're going to holler at y'all, man. Hey, to all the men out there, know that you're loved, all right? Even if it's not told to you, know that you're loved. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your life. Have a good week. Holla.
Peace.